there. Welcome to Wholesome Review, the place where I won't bully you because I'm forced at gunpoint by myself. As it is the first ever video, we're starting off easy peasy with some art sent by the homies in the server. Without wasting any more time, let's get crack-a-lacking into this. So our first one is My Bad MLPOC. I don't think it's bad actually, I think it's quite cute, the style, very stylized. I think the colours fit well together, the blue to purple and kind of pink, and the background really ties it in. The eye is simplistic yet detailed. I really love how cute they are. However, some criticisms. I think, for me, upon closer inspection, the ears do look a little bit big, so you might want to like just size them down. Unless this is supposed to be like a ponytail, the position of this hair seems a little bit unnatural, feels like it needs to be kind of lowered. A lot of people say this, but unless it's showing an expression, it's not always good to have the eyes overlapping the hair. You can still have the outline of the hair going through, like you did with the eyebrows, but just on their own it looks a bit strange. Other than that, yeah, the colours are nice, everything's pretty good, so well done. A redesign of an old OC. Again, I really like the colours, they go quite well together. I really like the detailed design. It really brings out the uniqueness of the character. However, some issues with like the posing, like the leg, it looks a bit strange here, and I'm not sure what's happening with the other arm here. So to fix that, try and use references with poses, or even just use one of those 3D modelers. Also, these lines on the tail are way thicker than the lines you use everywhere else, which does look a bit inconsistent. So I would recommend just using the same thickness for outlining everywhere. So now we have this drawing, which is quite nice because I really like the colouring on the hair. It's quite consistent, like the strokes and the direction of your pencil. The hair design is quite nice. The top of the hat is drawn well, but it's just the cap part that might need some improvement. Again, I'd say use some references of hats because the angle looks a bit, doesn't look correct. Lastly, the neck, it kind of goes out strangely. If there was a body, I would understand if it made sense with it, but as there is no body, the neck looks a bit too thick at the bottom. I'd keep it either straight, slant inward, or if you're gonna do outward, don't do it as much as that. There's some fan art. Ooh, fan art! I love how I look. I look so pretty, thanks. The eyes look really lovely and mature, and I really like how you drew the mouth. I really love your highlighting and shading, especially the blushes. Some issues would include the neck being a little bit too thick. Also, the head looks a little long, but maybe that's just me. And finally, your line art is a little bit messy, so I just practice on making it just a little bit neater. But overall, it's really nice, and thank you so much for the fan art. The same person also did this one, which again is really nice. I think the points stand the same. The line art is a bit scruffy, but here I think the mouth is a little bit too low. I think it needs to be brought up a bit. But other than that, the colours are nice, and also the background's pretty cool. You're all going to fucking hell. Thanks, Zira. It's probably supposed to be a bit of a shitpost art, but the colouring on the wings has obviously gone out the line, so I'd fix that just by erasing or just filling along the lines. I like your hand design as well. Smile. The same person also did these 3 pieces of art. I probably like this one the most because it is just such an interesting style. I love the hair. It's just really loud and bubbly, and you can really tell the personality from the design. I really enjoy the expressions on these because they are quite to an extreme, and I really love extreme expressions. I suppose to further improve, you could add some shading techniques to it to make it look even better. And also on this one, the hand seems a little bit too large, so I just practice sketch that has okay proportions and then making your line art. Now we have this piece of art. Line art is actually pretty nice. It's quite clean. The hot pink, it pops out the character. It might not have been the best shade / colour to use because the vibrant colour doesn't go that well with the monotone character. I think the main criticism would be that these clothing lines look a bit odd. For a style like this, I would cut clothing lines out completely and leave it as a straight. But if you were, take a look at other good examples of clove ruffles. As this isn't a usual figure, I appreciate how it's harder, but it's always good to try and then make your own style out of it, which would be quite nice. Old, but I still like it. I like it too. I like all the different shades of blue. However, the really light blue tealies are a little bit of a strain on the eyes. So I'd say either dull the colour down or lighten it up. The character design is quite interesting. There are a lot of spikes and curls, which I really like. And I think the tie actually matches well with this colour. I think the only things that you can improve on is maybe the neck width, because it does look a little bit small for the head. I know some styles have small necks, but I think if you thickened it out a little bit, it would look a bit better. And also the highlight colour is kind of hard to see on some bits, so I'd say make it a little bit brighter so you can actually notice it. So I think that would be it. Pretty nice. A contest entry. Now, this one, I don't think even needs criticism because it is really good. The anatomy and the pose are great. I like the colours, like the red sweater really makes it pop. Maybe work on the hands so they don't have much curve to it. Other than that, it's just amazing really. So now we have a couple of these ones which aren't characters, they're some like vehicles. It's quite a unique design of car. Although the line work is a bit scruffy, I'd say just try to make it more neater. And I like how you did thicker strokes and thinner strokes. I feel like you can apply it to other parts as well. For the Titanic one, it's kind of the same thing. Things are a bit scruffy, but the effort of all the little windows are impressive. And this is nice as well, but I'd say the lines are a bit curvy. So I would recommend maybe using rulers or just getting better at drawing straight lines so it looks a little bit more neater, I think. So that was some of the art you all sent me. And you might be thinking,
wow Leonard, that's boring, you just did criticism.
Well, yeah, that's the point. But fear not, viewer, for I have another trick up my sleeve. Although I'm not wearing sleeves. Introducing...
Leonard. That's just bullying again.
Well, no it's not. Okay, maybe it is. This segment is basically an opportunity to let out the inner winds and show something awful. So today's awful picture, Mr. K. So I don't like DeviantArt because it allows something like this and this to be on the front page together. Oh yeah, me leans. Mr. Krabs, what the fuck? Okay. I'm ready, because I'm not for that either. That is not Mr. Krabs. What the fuck? That's not Mr. Krabs either. Oh my god! Oh! I'm gonna give up now. I'm not doing that again until the next video. Well, there we are. The end of the video. Don't click off, don't click off, don't click off. This is not an opportunity to click off because I need to talk about the next Wholesome review. Basically, I need some themes for the next installments and I'll be looking for ideas from you guys. So comment fandoms, games, shows, or themes, animation only, colour palettes, and I'll put the most liked ones in a poll. The poll will last for a week, and the next week, submissions will be open for you to send things about the chosen theme. I will try to make things more interesting if this made you sleep, but honestly I think this is going to be a good series to try out. And with that, I bid you adieu.
Copy ball torture, CBT, is a sexual activity involving application of anal insertion to male genitals. This may involve directly legal activities, such as ass play, genital spanking, squeezing, ball busting, genital flogging, urethral play, tickle torture, erotic electrical stimulation, where you engage in the recipient of such activities may receive direct physical pleasure by masochism, or knowledge of the place leading to a sadistic dominant. Many of these practices carry significant health risks.